BagFuel, baby.
I'm listening. I'm here. I'm talking. I'm following y'all.
He's a perfectionist.
Oh no, yeah. This guy,
Yeah.
this guy is like literally Kobe Bryant reincarnated. We go back a lot of years, man, and it's good to see the ascension. You know, you still living the same lifestyle. Just
no. He living in a mansion right now. We out. I can't say where we at. You know,
but we somewhere.
Yeah,
we in the woods. We in the woods.
Listen. I went to a party here one time in the pool. It was just nothing but bikinis and deers.
I wasn't here. I had nothing to do with none of that. I was not here for that.
He just told the famous IG models and porn chicks, just don't feed the deers.
I wasn't here. I just want y'all to know I was not here for
that. Oh, no,
that.
you weren't there. You was out of town.
Yeah, that day, man. Esso missed that day.
Woo! Punch.
Yeah, talk to me.
Esso.
Yo.
Heineken.
Ooh. Special edition today. Special edition.
I feel welcomed.
Yeah, because you gave us the champagne. You know how to do it.
Yes. Hospitality 101.
Word. I smoked downstairs, brought the champagne upstairs. We lit.
Perfect. 100%.
Oh, man. What's the pivot in the game that you're enjoying right now, man? Rapper, DJ, director.
I think where I'm at right now, like the part that I like enjoy the most of all of this shit is just kind of being able to, like, the pivot itself. Because, you know, I'm basically at a point where people are looking at me like, he's not going to do nothing else. What are we going to do? What's the point?
You feel like people think you finished?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've went viral for quote being finished. You know what I mean? I remember when the initial split happened, like right around the indictment. Like it was like he's bankrupt.
What split you referring to?
The infamous split, obviously, man. Shout out, free all the guys, free the whole Treyway.
No, I got you. Because you've been in a few different waves and stuff like that. So when you say the split, and I also know that you was involved with Pop Smoke and you was involved with Young and May. So I just want the people to understand what split.
Which one?
Exactly.
Because
you say the infamous split, you gotta cover. You gotta fix
the infamous split.
You gotta
like
cover
the other ones are kind of like the bad ones. Yeah, 100%, man. But after the Treyway split and everybody got it, it was definitely. I mean, I was getting articles where they're like, he's broke, he's bankrupt. Now, humble, it's 30 feet to the ceiling. Keep it cool, all right? Keep it cool.
It is 30 feet, motherfucker. See the echo? Yeah, that's a real echo.
It's a high ceiling in here, you know. I don't be capping, you know. It might be more than 30 feet to the ceiling. I'm not even gonna hold you.
I feel blessed, man. I try not to. I try to just be. I be appreciative, man. You know what I've really become, bro? And I'm gonna be so serious. I've become so much more religious. Yeah. I've gained such a stronger faith to God. Okay. Because I just feel like, and karma too, man.
Karma is undefeated.
And it's like, I've put out so much good energy. I've been so positive. When I won, I never was like, there's no money phone picture of me. So when I caught the bag, it was no like, let's stunt and make people feel small. I didn't do those
You went and came and got a 50-foot ceiling.
But humbly.
Yeah. So that's the stunt right there.
It's like a humble
thing. You ain't doing the money phone, but you did the mansion.
Yeah. You went and got the 50-foot ceiling.
The backyard
the backyard.
I didn't
with the basketball court, right?
In the pool.
And the 12
I have a
feet
basketball
in the garden.
The garden.
You got people. You got to give people
the shed.
There's pieces.
The solarium.
You know, there's pieces.
The gym downstairs. You know what I'm saying?
The 4 treadmills.
Oh my God, Jesus.
You ain't never seen a treadmill like that with a screen like that.
It was
33 inches?
A 33-inch screen on a treadmill. That's kind of crazy.
Pause with the 33-inch pause.
Listen, just 33-inch screen.
All right, thank you. All right, there we go.
It makes it something.
You know, we usually talk sports. We usually talk business, man.
I want to talk about the sports today, so please start with sports.
All right, we got some ill, legendary dudes sitting here, man, and they ain't never come off the bench, right? Always been starter minutes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Starter minutes.
But Esso is like, Anthony Davis needs to officially come off the bench and become a 6-man at 29 years or 30 years.
Listen, I'm not going for a headline. He needs to come off the bench.
For who?
The Lakers or whoever.
No, more
whatever.
like
he needs to pattern himself to be the best 6-man in the league. Why? He stays hurt. He'll play less minutes. He can be more effective. He doesn't need to be a starter anymore. Injuries have aged him down. When you watch the game against Golden State, you can tell that he's different. You know what I'm saying? And you got LeBron there, and you need more help on the second team. Everybody's thinking about Westbrook's second team. Now imagine what AD would do against second team starters and stuff like that. It's sheer domination.
Personally, Westbrook and AD should be the second unit there.
They can't play together though.
Westbrook
they can't play together.
Westbrook is not a starter.
Westbrook needs to be the seventh man off the bench.
I agree with you.
All right then.
AD the sixth, Westbrook the seventh man.
Exactly.
What's your thoughts, Punch? You played basketball. Y'all share a good friend in common, Lenny Cook.
Yeah, Lenny Cook's
That's
man.
good friends for both of you.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Lenny. Shout out to
Yeah.
Lenny should have been here, right? He would have
lost it.
He would have been
Lenny,
turned.
He'll be on the way.
He'll be. I'm on my way right now.
He with the shits. All right, I'm gonna be real. That was a strong one, but he gave a good point on the health factor.
Yes.
The fact that the thing is I think that, let me not even say think. The 6-man role weighs on people's confidence,
ego,
so much.
Yeah.
And I think we might put a little bit too much emphasis on what that role is, because in reality, if you end the game, then does it really matter if you started or not?
But here's the thing.
And I think that there's a lot of ego behind that. Like, if I'm a 6th man, I'm weaker. I think a lot of players are in their head.
I don't deny that, and I'm gonna keep it real, Punch. I'm gonna jump in, please. Before people started talking about Westbrook coming off the bench, I told him in order for it to work with the Lakers, before anybody was talking about it, before anybody said it, I said, you know what's wrong with the Lakers, Han, when they was like 50-50, when they thought they had a chance still? I said, Westbrook needs to come off the bench. I said, if he came off the bench right now, like, let's take AD out the equation and let's focus on Westbrook for a hot second. If Westbrook agreed to come off the bench, the whole Laker team, the whole start lineup, the whole philosophy, the way they play would be totally different, because he would be bringing what he's bringing to the starters, to the second team, and the second team is where he can still shine and look like the Westbrook of old, the the MVP Westbrook. You know what I'm saying?
I got it. This is the question to ask though. Is Westbrook still going to be capable of being Westbrook with that level of confidence hit?
Meaning playing coming off the bench, or his playing effort?
No. To be a
some people can't psychologically. I understand where you're coming from. Psychologically, it could fuck him up. Coming off the bench, a lot of people, because he's been a starter. Carmelo thrived in it, and it helped his career. Yeah, he thrived in being a 6th man. He shunned it at first. Yeah, but being a 6th man, he like, you don't have the same responsibility, as a 6th man as you have with a starter. You can do what you want to do to whatever you do best. That's what you can do with your 6th man. If you're a rebounder, they send you in to get the rebounds and hustle. Or they're sending you in to shoot your Jimmy or to play make. You don't have to have the responsibility of doing everything.
I think the issue, right, the only reason Westbrook is a starter is because he's making close to $50 million. The moment his last contract is up, because people believe that he's going to get another big contract. No, bro. You're going to get like $8 million a year, $6 million a year. Because how do you justify paying somebody $50 million to come off the bench?
Yeah.
That's thuggish.
Possibly.
No. That's thuggish.
Because Jordan Poole is doing that right now.
Currently, but Draymond's out of here.
But listen, if you're winning, they already said.
Draymond's out of here.
No, they already said they're going to pick up Draymond's joint. Pause. They're going to pick up Draymond's contract. Okay, thank you. They're going to be at $500 million. And
luxury tax.
And they're going to be over the cap. And they said already that they're going to pay the luxury tax to keep the team together. The
thing is like this: Draymond Green's cost is not only just the dollar of out. It's not just the output on the court. There's the output in the huddle. There's output at practice. I know that was a terrible shadow to his career the other day.
As basketball players, y'all both played at a high level. Y'all played in functional, structured formats, and have y'all ever experienced something like that? seeing teammates really go at it.
Yeah, niggas, they fight.
Yeah.
Teammates fight, bro.
No, I know that, but
Bro.
you know, there are people that saw that video and it was shocking to them.
These are regular people, bro. Some of the best. Yo, think about this. When we were growing up on some real, you know people that have fought and become the best of friends.
That's true.
Straight up and down. Sometimes you gotta fight in order for people to respect you, to lay that gauntlet down, and you to have that respect back for them. Now, I didn't see Jordan Poole throw a punch back.
He was knocked out.
You know what I'm saying?
Or he felt.
Could he been knocked out? I just saw him. He ain't had no black eye, no nothing.
Oh, that's what they said. But
you know what I'm
I
saying?
fucks with Jordan Poole.
I mean, you could get knocked out and not
and
have
not have a
hit you
bruise.
fast enough and that height. But either way, that's my genuine thing is like this. I've seen things like this happen. Fights happen. The problem that I don't like is that, and this is my beef with the internet. My beef with the internet is that everybody goes into the driver's seat of I would do if that was me. Everybody is a if that was me person. And a lot of people,
2020.
Yo, you get what I'm saying? That's one. And then there's a lot of people that just talk, man. A lot of y'all people never been in a situation where someone's really just went in on your jaw. It's like
he's spitting right now. He's spitting right now.
It's a whole different game. And then the other part about is people never also been in those levels of pressure. They never really been in it. A lot of people be like, yo, when people shoot, man, I would have ran.
No.
Y'all never been in a
You might get shot.
I think
intense
you might be
chaos
shot.
brings intense chaos.
Yes.
That's what happened with the Tony Yayo situation. When they sort of back and forth, people were like, oh my God. And I'm like, yo, bro, that was like regular for me.
Yeah.
Going back and forth. You see me go back and forth with Ebro, Angela Yee, so many people.
Yeah.
It was more calm, him going back and forth, than it would be if we were just having a regular convo and it wasn't spice. That would actually bring out my anxiety. I'd be like, yo, ain't shit happening.
Yeah, I mean, people don't, again, I don't think that people, the thing is like this. Anytime I give any advice in life, if someone goes, Punch, what do you think? The first thing I ask is, yo, give me all the information.
Yep.
So a lot of people are looking at that as, oh, that's Heineken's there at a pod. Some people that are making those assessments are not understanding that you've worked with G-Unit for 10 years by now easily. You get what I'm saying? To be like, yo, I've known this man for 10 years. You get what I'm saying? So no matter what goes on, whether it makes sense or it doesn't, to an outsider, I think what people got to really just get to see is that straight up and down, they don't understand that there's 10 years of a relationship behind what's going on. So
and they don't do their research.
And they don't do their research. Like you
Why
said,
would
they don't care.
I mean,
the lie is always better than the facts. That's all it is.
I'm very confused by the people because the information is at the tip of their fingers. Everything that we say, everything that you said, if they really wanted to know, even Yayo said, like, I've known you for a long time.
Yeah.
He even made reference to it. You know what I'm saying? If they watched the whole joint, they could see that everybody was cool at the end of the joint. There was no problem. People was taking pictures.
So the internet is, maybe I'm missing something. So the internet feels like there's a problem?
Yeah, a lot of people were like, yo, it's a problem. And I'm like, no. After the interview, we spoke. He was like, yo, you should have been a fucking lawyer. You pissed me off. I wanted to fight you, though, because you were talking to me like a child. But to be fair, though, the point that Yayo made and the point that Esso made was, at the end of the day, someone passed away, and that's a touchy subject.
Yeah.
And no matter how I try to distribute my personal feelings on it, it still came off insensitive.
Yeah.
And that right there, like, they both sat down and spoke to me privately, and they both literally said everything.
Who's they both?
Esso and Yayo.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, like same way you would call me.
Yeah.
Even though we've known each other for years, it's not above you or beneath you to say, yo, you were wrong here. Here's the play. Here's the angle. And you're not saying that from a 2020 hindsight. You're saying that that's what I would have did.
Yeah, I know what it's like. And that's
my nigga, you went against Flex, 6ix9ine, this nigga, that nigga. You've been in real deal internet interaction.
I've had entertainment.
Yeah.
Funk Flex also attacking me from the radio, but you know. Shout out to my grandpa, man. It's a good guy.
There we go. See, I'm about I'm about peace and love.
And you know, if I seen Flex, you know what I would really do? I'll take out my camera, record him, and joke him. I'm not gonna do nothing to him. I'm not gonna hit him. I don't think we're not aggressive.
I'm gonna be honest with you. and I'm saying this and
very candidly. Yeah.
Very candidly, people know that Clue is one of my best friends. But when I met Flex, he was very, very chill and very respectful.
You know what I'm saying? Both of us respect.
He showed, like, I'm not gonna lie, he showed me a lot of love, and there wasn't no problems. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about candidly something that I didn't agree with him about, and he was like, I didn't know about that. And then, like, the nigga was very, very, like, sincere. Like, I was very, very shocked. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I've had a let me not say very moderately good relationship with him throughout the years.
Okay.
He's played my records when I was a rapper. Okay. Like, he's dropped bombs on me rapping. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's looked out. I sent him Ooh early. I sent him Gummo early. We've had a relationship from rapping to DJing to managing back to DJing to when, and I totally get it. That's why in any video I've ever went at him, it was like, look here, you old fuck. You get what I'm saying?
But why do you say I don't get that? But why do you say that? I don't get that. Like, what's the energy behind that?
Like, what started it?
No, I mean, just what's the energy? Like what's the beef? Like, what's the energy? Because
it's a competition.
Is it competition? Is it real? Like, you know what I'm saying?
There's no. Okay, it's real, but people think that once you have a disagreement, it's beef.
Okay,
you get what I'm saying? It's extremely real. The dialogue and everything to it was extremely, extremely real. You get what I'm saying? So, I think it was at a point where I'd probably be, some people will look at this and go, no, never. But there was a point where I was arguably the #1 DJ in New York, not on radio. Okay. There was a point where, hands down, if not #1, that I'd be in every argument of top 3 at a certain point. You get what I'm saying?
In terms of being able to play skills, influence,
I think all of it. Temperature, brand. I mean, you're talking about in New York at that point. I was by far the most viral DJ that wasn't on, and I was bigger I was bigger than 70, 85% of radio DJs at that time period, temperature-wise on the internet. I agree. We're talking about I was doing nearly 1 million views a week.
But did radio respecting that back then? Because it's because they're just now starting to respecting that now, and they're still not to the point of really respecting it. So I'm saying, so being that you was going viral, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't gauging what you was doing as what would say in the category of a DJ
100%
on radio, so they would have missed that boat because they were missing the popularity.
That's not it. They're not missing it.
Okay,
they're not acknowledging it. They're seeing the same
thing. They're not acknowledging it, which is causing them to miss the boat. Because if they acknowledge the boat, if they acknowledge that this was going on the boat, if they knew that popularity from that net would translate to radio, they would have fucked with you. Because they didn't acknowledge it, they didn't put it on their radar to get that deal done. They're still not paying attention. Yeah. I argue with him about this all the time. I used to argue with him and Math about this all the time. I'd be like, yo, the big wigs at the labels don't care about what we're doing.
Yeah.
Even to this date. It's only a couple. Paula cares about what we're doing.
Chris Green.
Chris Green cares about what we're doing. Geo cares about what we're doing. But it's a handful of people that understand and get this power, because now they just now and then the other ones that don't get it, you know what they're using the podcasters and this YouTuber space for? They're whoring them out now, Punch. And they're making them the promo run for the artists. So we don't got to pay you. Because y'all podcaster, YouTubers, y'all want hits, and we're gonna bring this guy to you. But when they go over here to the promoters and the club DJs and the radio dudes, you know what they're saying? I don't give a fuck about that. That's Rich Homie Quan. Rich Homie Quan got to pay me. But the podcast community is letting us get played, and I argue with them about this. Okay,
but you know what it is? It's a generational thing, and I've always said this. People didn't know that you could get paid for doing certain things. It's been an industry secret. It's been hush-hush. So when people are like, a lot of dudes' dreams was to be on Hot 97, Power 105, because of Star and Buck Wild, of a certain age range. That's not the case anymore. So now, when these slots aren't opening up, these guys are holding on to the slots, whether it's A&R position, management position, et cetera, And now they get a chance to, I matter in the internet. They have no business experience, no nothing. No one's feeding them game. It's like, yo, hook by crook. I am that example. I didn't have no cosign, no nothing. Punch used to see me we would have all these think tank moments. I'd be laying on the carpet. I'm like, yo, Punch, how we going to get this? All right, we're going to talk to this person. We're going to do this. We don't know the game. All right, Angela's going to come. We got to flip the monetization thing. When you came along, you're like, yo, Broham, this is wrong behavior.
I was like, y'all tripping.
Like, what are you doing? This is dirty nigga behavior. How did you get away with this?
Yep. I didn't even understand.
Nobody told me this shit.
I didn't understand. I was like, we got to revamp this whole
and I always
shit.
give both of y'all credit on what y'all have done with this internet shit. I watch both of you guys be at 5,000 followers, and then out of nowhere, magic. Mm-hmm. Which y'all monetize thin air into money. Mm-hmm. Let's give flowers on the table, point blank, period. So when I see dudes struggling and fighting, they see him Punch with the mansion. They're like, yo, I could do that. That's me. They see an Esso who was behind the camera. Now it's like, whoa, this guy's the hottest thing in the internet. Punch is over here. Esso's over there. Why wouldn't they just be desperate to say, hey, fuck the money? If I put my head down and do shit for free, they thinking this is an internship.
Well, so I'm gonna give tons of light, right? So to peel back a lot of layers. Again, that's why I've gained such a tendency to absorb the information first, get the perspectives, and then speak. So even if we started back with the Flex and me scenario to expand back to where that you're at. At a certain point, in reference with what DJing was like, I've done every single angle. I've rapped, I've produced, I've promoted, I've done the entire gauntlet of this music shit.
Well, you didn't rap, but
you get what I'm saying? I've done it. And when it got to the point of when I started to DJ, I had such a high respect for DJs. That's why there's very minimal flyers that actually say DJ Punch. And I've said
you always kept it Punch.
Yeah. And I've said this on multiple platforms, but to say it again was that I always put such a high respect on the word DJ or the prefix or whatever like that ahead of my name that I never just wanted to joke around with it. So even though I've made more money than majority of the DJ community, I lead with respect on top of it. And I don't say that as a stunt to the community. I'm just saying it as the fans to be aware of the size of how you can go if you understand how to open up that brand. Now, there have been and let me give tons of clarity, right? When I started to understand what brand I wanted to really get. So now it's like I want to stand next to the artist because I get it from the rapper point of view. I know how to write those records. I can give you that line or two that can help that song go up the level. I understand music from a production level so tightly that I could be like, yo, you pull the beat right here, and now all of a sudden that's going to breathe. So I understand it so well that I wanted to be with the rappers, but then I was like, I want to now take it and yell. So that's where it became more on the Khaled aspect of the DJing. Like, I want to break this artist. I want to take this up, and that's where it comes with Designer with Panda and Young M.A. with Ooh, and watching that shit. Niggas was in my living room rolling through the record on, yeah, this is going to be, we're going to do over here when we do this show. Yeah, we got to finish that when we recorded it. All of these things are on the internet too. So I invite everyone to just search Young M.A. Ooh Punch. Just have a ball. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And to see it. And I always quote back to the point where rappers, all you got to do is just look at their neck. You can see it. It goes from the small chain to the big chain. That's where you can know where you're at around the rapper at what point of the stage of the career they're at. You're going to see the little John that is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, oh, this is after the record. Oh, this is probably when it just started, on and on and on. So as my presence got louder and louder, then I've DJed with 50 a couple times. Then comes Tekashi. Now I have literally the greatest digital run in the history of music. We've never seen a better digital campaign in the history of music other than 6ix9ine. I don't like to give him props. Trust me, he's not my fucking favorite guy in the world. Nobody get weird. You get what I'm saying? But we've never created such an exciting digital campaign. There is people that used to wake up that said, I hate this dickhead, and press play. There's people that woke up that said, I love this dickhead, and press play. There were people like, what the fuck is going on with this dickhead, and press play. So we controlled the entire internet top to bottom. And then once we had it cornered and having the streets with everything going through, Free Shotty, Free Harv, Nuke, Melly, the whole dogs, everybody top to bottom, Crippy, or the whole Treyway. And we had the muscle on the street level to make it go. I had the internet presence. We had the regular everything that's going on. And then we maximized and then expanded another level and said, all right, cool, we can tap into Latin, it started to become a cheese code, which is why all of the records were just basically broken. You get what I'm saying? Cool. When all of that goes on, not to fucking champion that kid any more than what it is.
Let's not leave out he had the monstrous budget because he was signed to the boss's son at Universal.
I'm gonna be real. That kicked in towards the end because he didn't have a relationship for almost like the first record or two, maybe even 3 records. Didn't even have the relationship.
For a fact, I know that when that happened, even if Tekashi didn't know, see, there's things that go on behind the business that people don't really know about. Yeah. Yeah, so even when they thought they didn't have the budget, when Gummo came out, the budget was ringing off. They might not have known, but I know for a fact he had the most monstrous budget. Because even when it happened, listen, me and this man, and you get back to your point, me and this man used to argue about records, right? And I would be like, yo, bro, that's not going to work. And he'd be like, how you know? I said, because they didn't call me to do marketing and promo work for them. I said, when they call me to do marketing and promo work for them, because I'm an independent person. When they call me,
I know the game.
It's going up.
They spend their money.
And before anybody knew about the dude, I called him. I said, yo, this Tekashi dude, he's about to go up. He's like, how you know? I said, because they called me. Yeah. And that was before anybody. And next thing you know, he was on flame. I even told my wife. I remember pulling the phone out and saying, yo, babe, this joint about to be the next biggest joint. She was like, how you know? I said, because they called me. And if they called me, you know what it is? It's a monster. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they not going to tell. Like, I just want to add that point for the people.
I think it's a beautiful.
That marketing program. No, it is a beautiful marriage.
Merging.
Yeah.
It's a merge. It's a merge because that's why I was able to trigger on
exactly. That's why I was 7 #1 records.
Yeah. I'm in between both of y'all. You guys have interesting philosophies on how y'all roll out promotion. You're very deliberate with your promotion, but he's very more abstract. But it's still, y'all still have the same goal of driving forward. Talk about, because I want to hear both y'all theories. Talk about how y'all promotion rollout was with 6ix9ine. Because one of the things he used to say is, I love dropping at 3 p.m. because that's when the kids come out.
Yeah, I mean, those are a lot of strategic things. I think the toughest part, too, is that when it comes out to the internet, it changes so often. So at that point, the algorithm was reactive to when you post.
You can't stick to your principles is what you're saying, or?
Yeah, I mean, there's no point. The algorithm changes and you have to change with the algorithm.
That's what you've been saying.
At this exact moment right now, if we post right now, half of our timeline's not even going to be able to see it until the morning. So the impact of when they post has changed. That's Instagram controlling the narrative to how that they want to. They basically want to continue to make it weak unless you spend dollars directly with them. That's just really it. It's not confusing. It's not, why is the algorithm like this? Why? They basically just wanted to go.
But they did me dirty kind of negative because, I mean, on the opposite, because I used to spend money with them and it stopped my shit from running. Word to my mother, because the shit was running good, and I would spend money at first, and then they would send me followers and all that. And after, I would be like, yo, Han, I'm going to promote. I'm going to keep promoting. I stopped getting followers, and my shit slowed down. It's only sped up when I changed it to a creator account, and I stopped doing ads. Which is weird. Which is weird. That's what I'm saying. It changes around.
No, it's a continuous change. And
I think that's a great.
You just got to be so on point with it. Like I said, you got to lead. You have to lead with the algorithm. That's basically the whole shit.
How do you adjust to the algorithm? Because no one knows.
Because no one gets the exact, hey, here's the new algorithm. Gotcha. It becomes a lot of, a shoot and try. You know what I mean? Like, you got to just try it. Yeah, trial and error, same exact shit. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to do it for a while and figure out how it goes. But that's the real. So, like I was saying, to pull it back, right? So, with everything being said, with how it's going, it's not even just about that kid. It's like it was a succession of like successful lit moments for me, and I think that was the part. It was in a row. It was in a row to where it was like,
which is hard.
I don't think that especially with what was going on in New York, that just wasn't a lane that we were able to be provided with. You get what I'm saying? Especially for someone that wasn't on radio, we felt, and when I'm saying we, I'm talking about the ground level. I'm talking about the guys who really move and shake on ground level in New York.
You're talking about the team.
Now I'm talking about the community of DJs in New York that were not on radio.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So that's who I was speaking for. And another thing was that I took all of that on my shoulder. I happily took it. Like, I wanted war with anybody because I got it.
But why does everybody want to be on the radio? Is that the culmination for a DJ? Because that's like, yo, I want to be on the radio. A lot of DJs make way more money when they're successful, when they're not on the radio, and they have a way better life. They're not pigeonholed. Why is the radio the pinnacle?
Well, I mean, we got to pull back and be like, this is 2018, 2019. So that was 3 years ago also. And I think that every single year, although 3 years ago, you learned a lot in that last 3 years. Radio was not the epitome for me because I already was generating such a large amount of money from YouTube. So while the difference of me as a DJ that made me different was that I had a high level of fame. So I'd walk into clubs, right? I'm in clubs and the better DJ, the more seasoned DJ, the radio DJ is there. And then fans is like, yo. And I'm right next to the radio DJ standing and they're like, yo, Punch, picture. And I'm like, bet, you already know what it is. We outside, you already know. My vlogs was doing hundreds of thousands of views daily. Like on This Is 50, we talking about, I did over 30 million views accumulated. Like I'm internet famous by this point. So you get what I'm saying? They're looking on the same exact internet, same exact thing that they see Vlad, Charlemagne, Ebro, it's the same shit. I'm just as viral as all of the big dogs. So now you take that and now I'm on ground level in the middle of the club with a guy that they don't know. You get what I'm saying? Equivalently, my fame raises up. That raised up my price value. I started getting a lot of money. But I also knew that I was still so fresh with it, I still never wanted to play with the prefix. So I stayed at that punch lane. You get me? Now, when it all kept building up, and I'm like, yo, my internet presence is so fucking loud. My internet shit is lit. Everybody's rocking with me. We viral. I'm going up. That goes from the world stars to even academics when we was posting a lot more consistent on a lot of the shit that I was doing. Rap was always a humongous supporter. Obviously, we had This Is 50 on cheat code. So it was ridiculous. So when I got to that point where I'm going out and people are like, yo, you the hottest in the city, you should go on radio. That's the subconscious next level for a DJ. For me, I didn't care at that point because I was internet. I'm like, no, I'm going to be the first like internet DJ blogger, like really do this shit on the internet. Because I used to look at Ak a lot to be like, that's DJ Academics, but he don't play. I had a concert one time with Tekashi and Academics was right next to me. And we there, and I said, yo, go, nigga, go. Let me see something. And I literally was like, go. And he was like, nah, man, I ain't touching the wheels. And that's when we was cool.
Where he's DJ Academics?
Yeah, when he was there, yeah, 100%.
And you never seen him DJ?
Well, I put him
back in the day.
He was legitimately next to me.
Has anybody ever seen him DJ yet?
Yeah, he used to DJ during college. But
okay.
The guy we interviewed that rose with PBM, a light-skinned dude. He fly girls like him.
I don't know. But either way, I'm not doubting that. I believe he played. You get what I'm saying?
No, he played. He played.
But I'm not. Listen. At the end of the day, playing is playing, right? Playing is playing. When the crowd was so sold out crowd, I was like, go. He didn't want to go. So we was cool and cordial and joking and shit like that. But the reality at hand was, I was like, nah. See, I'm gonna do this shit differently. Like I'm gonna really be playing.
You thought he wasn't a DJ at that point when he said, nah, I'm not going.
I was confused because I would go up. If anybody lets me rock on a sold out crowd, I got the momentum on 1,000,000. Danny just got off the stage. Like it's lit. You get what I'm saying? Like it's going up. We could go up.
Yeah, everybody's different though. I actually could see how he could think differently because there's a lot of times that people ask me to get on the turntables, but I'm in there partying, I'm drinking, I'm in a whole different zone. I don't even want to.
Yeah, but you also aren't still identifying as DJ SO.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I mean that was at that point.
I feel you.
I didn't really take it as anything.
I've seen you rock a party, and I've seen him rock a party. So if a nigga say, yo, Punch, Esso, I know y'all here. I know y'all in VIP. I know y'all chilling. I got 5 bands. Get on that wheel.
I'm up there.
Oh, yeah, I'm both up there.
Yeah.
I'm both up there. And the party ain't going to be whack.
Turn up.
That's the difference.
And I'm totally with it. And it wasn't. It don't even be the money thing for me. It's just, it got to be an urge. And either way, I'm not putting him on the rope to hang him today.
No, of course not.
It just shocked me that he didn't want to do it. But then that also identified to me that there is a lane 100% for a person that's actively DJing and actively doing this internet thing. So I started to understand that too. When I was on This Is 50, even if y'all look back at some of my lit moments with a lot of the guys who were popping in the club at that point. There'd be my interview with YFN Lucci, Moneybag Yo. It's like, yo, I was in the club with the nigga Punch yesterday. Casanova, there was a whole part that when we was talking, when he was like, Punch shut down the club last night, nigga, and told me to come up here today. So I liked that element. It made the brand different. But not even to hone in on that. I was making so much money off of the internet, off of YouTube and streaming and my brand and my digital brand that I had no envision and goal to be like, I need to make the radio. So when it was like, yo, Punch is the hottest, it's not on radio, I was like, all right, cool, I get it. That was his thing. I want to own that slot. And now I'm taking it up because we going up for a different way. We going to take this up onto the internet. And then Flex basically was like, he didn't like the pressure. I had way too much control at that point.
I mean, but don't you think that the thing with Flex might have hurt you because Flex has a whole lot of power at Hot 97. Him and Enough and Old Man, Ebro.
Yeah.
They're like a three-headed monster is what I think. Like they're a conglomerate.
Yeah.
So once you war with Flex, you basically cut off one whole radio station, which only would leave you with Power 105.
Yeah.
And they got probably the hottest DJs that's doing clubs in the city.
Yeah.
So that's probably why you didn't make the transition to the radio when you had wanted to.
I'm going to be real. I don't know if the transition to radio would have made sense for me because what I would have had to do on the pressure, because in reality, unless they would have put me on the radio to talk, that means I would have came through Mix Show. And Mix Show wouldn't have been as valuable for me. I didn't really need that radio logo next to my name as much as some of my counterparts might.
You wanted to talk on the radio,
I wanted to talk.
Not DJ.
I never wanted to DJ.
Gotcha.
I have no real interest in Mix Show.
Now that brings light to me. You know what I'm saying? Because being a talker and a DJ on the radio station is two totally.
You know what the thing about being a DJ on the radio? Depending on your slot, you tend to be a babysitter of the music. Meaning, like, at a certain slot, you're playing program music, you're reading commercials, and you're babysitting the board. Versus a slot where more so like a mixtape, you could really talk, you could really have an interview, you could really have a moment. There's certain slots. You're just a babysitter for the music.
And I don't even want to kill some of the DJs like that. That's a harsh one.
I think most of the slots, to a certain extent, programming comes involved.
Of course.
It's control.
But we got to watch what we say. Certain slot, no matter who it is, or at whatever DJ it is on the radio, no matter how good they mix, no matter how dope it is, no matter how many bombs they drop, a large majority of it is controlled through programming. You know what I'm saying? That's just a part of the game. Radio makes it easier for you now to make your money. You know where you're going Monday through Friday. Yeah. He's on the radio 2-3 hours out the day. It's a cool living. You go home. It's a regular job with wild perks.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
They're getting, and I'm a million. I understand the value of it, but at that point, if I wasn't getting an obscene amount of money, which I probably would not have been able to garner as my brand would have led as just a straight DJ, it would be ridiculous. Like they would, and I hate this part where rappers go, I was rich, you can't sign me for this, I was rich before that. But I was making too much money to be paid what they would have paid me as a mix show DJ to sacrifice my internet brand, because I would have had to, because I wasn't playing nice on politics. Like my brand was thriving too rawly and just saying what I wanted to do, where I would have had to have sacrificed that to have a big logo next to me. So when Flex attacks, it was kind of like oh shit. What it really just did to me was, yo, Punch, you really that guy.
So Flex just attacked you?
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Out of nowhere, he just called you.
It wasn't out of nowhere. I mean, the conversation came up. So to hone in on that, there was a conversation with DJ Booth, who is Fab and Nicki Minaj DJ at that exact point. When Nicki used to do like shows and tour constantly, and when Fab still does shit now because he got the residency in Vegas and all that. So Booth was having a convo with Self, and they were talking about who's the hottest DJ not on New York. I mean, not on radio. And then push come to shove, people started commenting my name. I was in there lurking on the live, and I commented, and Self was like, oh shit, Punch, my fault. Yeah, Punch was doing some shit. And Self basically gave an answer where it was like, yo, Punch is big and hot, but I don't look at him straight like us. Just like what you said, where it was like DJs weren't really identifying and valuing and respecting the internet presence. So I knew this, and I go, why? Because you looking at a nigga that just came off and just did 45,000 people in Poland, 35,000 people in Russia, 25,000 people in Yugoslavia, and go on and on and on and on. Everything. France, UK, the whole shit. Sweden, Ibiza. I'm going up. You get what I'm saying? I probably just touched 1 million people if we sit there and just add it all up. You get what I'm saying? So why wouldn't you try to put that respect on me as a DJ? And then it was just kind of like this. And then I can talk and articulate myself well. So when me and Self started going at it, it started a cannonball in the DJ community in New York. So much to where the big homie, Mr. C, jumped in and was like, yo, listen, Punch, gather up all the questions that we have. I feel like, because, I mean, DJs, nah, I'm hot. Self is a hater. Clue this. Yo, Pro Style this. Enough this. Flex this. Everybody, all the big names, everybody was like throwing rocks at them. You get what I'm saying? Now, it was kind of like, yeah, Punch right. Y'all do be not fucking, you get what I'm saying? Mr. C saw that Self was kind of almost sinking in the dialogue and said, relax. I'll come in, I'll speak about it. And then Flex's name came up a lot more because I'm also a very in-tuned person in the culture. So I know Self is Union and Gwinnett. You get what I'm saying? I understand what that means. But I also understand that Mr. C is Big Dog Pitbull. I came up on the DJ enough. I know what the heavy-hitter structure is like, why it's designed the way it is, et cetera, et cetera. So when we start talking DJ politics, not to kill everybody with the details, but to go real, I understood what was going on. So when I spoke up with C, we started talking about how I felt that Flex wasn't maximizing the Big Dog Pitbulls. And then he kind of ignored it and then created lit digital DJs. I know this. I watched it. I watched him sign DJs and them niggas sync. You get what I'm saying? And then Flex being the big dog, I was like, that's your fault. And then I even pointed blame at C. And C is like, yo, bro, some DJs we actually did wrong because we could not do what we needed to do for them. It was almost too much. The infrastructure was going. Sometimes Big Dog Pitbulls had the control. Sometimes heavy hitters had the control. Sometimes it was good. Sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes heavy hitters had the more lean. You get what I'm saying? Where Enough had 14 hours of the 24 hours. You get what I'm saying? And then sometimes where Big Dog Pitbulls had it. Bobby Trends, Cypher Sounds, Triple X, Flex, obviously.
DJ Walla.
Walla's heavy hitters.
Oh,
you get what I'm saying? But I'm paying attention.
Heavy hitters had it sometimes.
Yeah, but those were the Big Dog Pitbulls. But I mean, again, I'm super educated on what it was. We had DJ Enough, DJ Camelo, we had Big Ben, we had CeeLo, we had Cass One, we had DJ Walla, you had DJ Absolute. The heavy hitters were on there ridiculously, and if I forgot someone, I'm not being a sucker. I'm running off at DJ L Bugs. You get what I'm saying? It was action. And they had Pro Style, and Pro Style went power. So while all of this is going down, like, I get it. And that's my whole point, too, is that I'm not one of these guys that was shooting off the hip. Like, yeah, I got a chance. No, motherfucker. So I'm astronomically educated on the culture to speak from it. My fault, Heineken. Yeah. To speak from it from an educated perspective to go, yo, you're not just going to big dog me. I know too much. And then that's why the culture of the we of everyone not on radio was like, yeah, Punch, speak for us. And they were okay with that because their voices were not getting heard because of the OG to followers. But guess what? I'm more viewed than the OGs, so now what? And then that's when the conversation really got at an even playing field. So I'm chilling the next day, and then, bow, Funkmaster Flex shots all over the radio. That's how it went. And then I was like, oh, it's lit. And now me understanding the internet, understanding the digital sphere, I said, oh, Flex really must not be understanding, bro. I've literally, prior to that, we talking about 6 months before that, I'm with 50 Cent in the think tank. I'm with Tekashi in the think tank. I'm literally in the think tank with the biggest trolls to ever come across the internet. Are you dumb? Okay, cool, we'll play around. And then that's why the next day I ended up doing 1.5 million views when I went in front of Hot 97 and started attacking Flex immediately on a trolling video right after. It was like, oh yeah, you talking about me, that I'm an internet dude. Because he was like, hey, you'll never get off YouTube. You'll never get off World Star. You'll never touch the box. And I was like, well, you've never worked anywhere else. You keep walking into this office. That's 25 years. Go do something different, you know, and then trolled right back. And then that's what it was. And I think that I trolled them for about 2 weeks. Some DJs picked sides. I had OGs call me. OGs call me. You get what I'm saying? And the one OG that I will drop his name that called me and was okay with it was Kid Capri came out and was like, Punch, when you're joking him and you're calling him old, it walks this thin line that we don't like. And I was like, well, I consider there's a difference between an OG, and that's when I came up with the thought process of calling him a dinosaur. And I'm like, a dinosaur is someone who gets old and stuck in their ways and they become extinct. An OG uses his age and his wisdom to teach, instruct, and lead. And I was like, Kid Capri, you're an OG. SNS is an OG. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's OGs. Mrs. C is an OG. There's differences. I looked at Flex as a dinosaur. It was different. You get what I'm saying? Because he wasn't like really pulling people up, and I didn't need them to pull me up. I didn't want to be down with that shit. I was literally on those videos saying, what about Starks? What about Mad Out? What about Booth? What about Sir Manny? What about all these other DJs, Big Reef? Or what about the DJs that were moving, K-Dog, G Money? It goes on and on and on. DJs that were hot as fist grease. You get what I'm saying? That we're moving. What about them? So if y'all don't look at me like the real guy, I'm not the truest form. I'm only been doing this for 5 years. You get what I'm saying? Cool. Then go get one of the young vets. What are we doing? Y'all starting to move like haters. And because I was so educated, my brothers, you get what I'm saying? It just was making him frustrated, and I trolled him. And he lies a lot. Says he's hot. He used to DJ a lot for free to stay on. He was buying followers, bought a fake Instagram, shit like that. So, and I exposed all of it, went at it, and I know that Flex at the end of the day goes, I love Punch, man. This is a fiery young nigga because I didn't back down. I had him on the ropes, did what I did, and I came out, and my career wasn't ended. So I won because he crushes niggas. When Flex goes at you, it's party done. He didn't kill me. I can't kill him. He's on the box. He has a salary. I could embarrass him. He wasn't going to get fired.
Nigga's a legend. So
once you survive, you won.
You won, yeah.
So
and he put the spotlight on you, and you use your popularity, and you make it do what it do. And sometimes, honestly, people do come around and come back together because people do respect your fight. You know what I'm saying? People do respect niggas that do not lay down. I'm not saying that everybody does, but there are the quality people who understand the game and be like, yo, I tried to get at this nigga. I underestimated him.
Yeah, Flex has a lot of respect.
You know what I'm saying? So it's it's entertainment to me. It's what I always tell. It's what I always tell people. This entertainment business, you have to be entertained. If you're not entertained, what are we doing? Yeah. Even the way we talk, we're naturally the people who we are, right? So when people see me and they meet me, they be like, oh shit, he's exactly the same nigga. Yeah. So you're naturally feeling some type of way about what I'm doing. Yeah. You like it, you love it. Yeah. You don't like it, whatever. But it's making you feel a certain type of way. We're naturally giving people whatever they want, whatever it is. We're blessed to do that.
Charismatic,
you and that's a question I get asked a lot in reference to the both of y'all. Are those guys really like that? I'm like, yeah. If anything, they're dialing it down for the camera. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, they're chilling. People are like, is Punch really like? I'm like, nigga, he's chilling. He's a lunatic.
Yeah.
Same thing with us.
They don't even know that this is only my second time around Punch in my entire life.
Yeah.
That's it. 2 times. And both times has been in his crib. So nigga didn't even know me, and he welcomed me inside his crib 2 times, and that's how we had a chance to build. So I just say that because people think that when we talking on this camera, everybody know each other. No, there are black men that come together and work together and don't be hating on each other, and they can just do their thing. You know what I'm saying? And we're doing it for the culture because we feel like that this conversation is something that's needed that people would like to see.
Yeah.
I mean, because man, I've been doing this a long time. I've seen egos crush this thing. I've seen money crush this thing. Women crush this thing. And I spoke to Punch on the phone the other day, and one thing he said and the same thing you said is, listen, you have to be a certain caliber of artist for me to work with you now. If you haven't touched a certain amount of money, if you haven't smashed famous women, if you haven't used your passport, I'm not working with you.
I'm gonna be real. The quote that I said, you know what I mean? The quote that I literally said was, I would never represent a male artist ever again. I know this is where they'll try to like, go.
I want to hear that. But
I'm gonna say exactly what I said. I never will like really represent a male artist that I don't believe is used to getting women. If they're not like fucking straight up and down just to be raw, I don't want to represent you. And I'm going to tell you why. It has nothing to do with if women like you. You could be an ugly guy, but I need you to be used to women, because when the money comes at the speed of light that it comes in this culture, and you are not used to it, your brain is fried. You're not showing up to the studio because you finally got a wet piece of pussy. You're not showing up to the meeting because you finally got a tight piece of pussy. You're not showing up to the damn to the van where we supposed to meet at because you never got a deep throat. It is ridiculous. If you women destroy niggas, man. Y'all like they destroy niggas, and it is what it is.
They
but if
gobble
you
them right
are
up.
used to, no
effortlessly,
pun intended, that these girls will gobble you up. Now, if you are not used to this, you are a ship with holes in it, just waiting to go down. I will never, ever touch a rapper that I know is not consistently fucking, because there's no way that they can handle the change of lifestyle that will come.
This is facts.
I swear to you, bro, rappers could be rich. And if they're not used to women, they're going to go down.
Bro.
If a guy is used to women, he can get rich and still not go down. Because most men use the money to get women.
Yes.
So when they get the money, they don't really
they're not used to the women. I say this all the time. People, niggas think that people think that every rapper gets pussy.
Oh no.
They really think that they do.
Listen,
bro. I know we know. Bro. I know famous rappers that people would be surprised. I'll be like, he's not a ladies' man. He wasn't. Niggas was scooping his hoe.
100%.
Niggas was scooping his hoe. They hoe. Bro. Like, come on.
Let me tell you something. So if y'all are tuned in right now, go Google Punch Landing Strip. Right.
Oh.
Now, the landing strip is me with all of my porn star girls, all of my OnlyFans girls, strippers, all the girls who are openly, proudly selling and doing transactional behavior with their vagina. This is what it is, okay?
That's lit.
This is a professional lifestyle.
It sounds like a lit channel.
This is a professional.
It sounds like a lit channel.
It's a professional lifestyle.
I like
so
that.
This is a real thing. So when my girls,
I like this.
You get what I'm saying? When my girls go, yo, Punch, you know so and so? I'm like, yeah, what's up? But we got this song. Oh, I'm not talking about the music. Oh, yeah, he's trying to link right now. I want to make sure he's not a murderer. What you mean link? Oh, he just sent the deposit. Wait, what you mean, baby? What, this nigga's not trying to just fuck. These guys are just paying for pussy left and right. It is what it is. I mean, and I've gotten
Drizzy changed the culture a long time ago, and he made it okay. If I always say this. I say this about the two top rappers. The two top rappers have had a big effect on the culture, and I don't think that they meant to do this, right? Drizzy with the strippers and out now paying them and taking them on tour, making strippers celebrities. He changed the culture. That's one way. Yeah. And I spoke upon how Jay-Z changed the culture when he used to use Biggie's rhymes. And although his intention was to help to feed the family and give them publishing and things of that nature, these other kids don't understand that, and that's why they were stealing rhymes and doing the stuff that they do. And it's like once these two dudes, they're huge within the culture, and they introduce this and make it okay. We never know where it's gonna go.
But the thing about paying for the box is a tricky thing, because
it's fun though to pay for the box.
Huh?
It's fun though to pay for the box. We're not gonna lie. We're not gonna cap up here.
No. But what I'm saying is, right, Punch? Yeah. I got my brother right there. I remember years ago, he was a teenager. I said, yo, start paying for it. He looked at me. He said, yo, you're finished. You're whack. You're old. You can't get box. I said, yo, straight up. And I said, bro, it ain't about not being able to get it. Every man I've been around can get it. You just don't want to deal with the bullshit that comes with
sometimes.
You understand? So that's the angle. There's some guys they have to pay. There's some guys I want A to B.
So I'm gonna be clear, right?
Yeah.
This is my viewpoint, and I
because if you told me you paying for it, right? You paying a whole bunch. I'm not looking at you as you finish. I'm just looking at you as like you don't want to deal with the bullshit.
And I get it.
You deal with a lot of bullshit to bring these girls here.
I don't know about paying a whole bunch.
No, I'm just examples.
I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna speak specifically to me, to me, guys, to me, not to
which
all
is not
men,
fair though.
Right? Again, and I'm an isolated situation.
Yeah.
So I got to the point to where that I've never paid none of the porn stars around me. I've never done it. I'm not trying to devalue them. I'm not trying to make it nothing.
It's a vibe.
I just haven't, because I don't like the feeling of a relationship, to me, feeling transactional. Not only just with women. I don't even like it with men. So when my dogs come around, I wanted to always feel genuine. When I've had clout through the roof, I never wanted to feel like my niggas were like, uh-oh, look who's at Punch Crib. I'm with the brose. Like, I never want to feel like anyone is having a transactional relationship with me. So that's why I've geared off of ever really paying for pussy. Now, I used to look down on it as a younger person. I don't smoke. I don't do perks. I don't do lean. I don't do hookah. I don't do cigars. I don't do cigarettes. I don't do mad shit. I literally gamble, chill with my niggas, and live in my blood clot mansion, which, by the way, couple acres. Keep it calm, okay? Cool. Right? So this is what we're saying.
He's so Brooklyn.
Yo, bro, you get what I'm saying? But this is what I want to do. This was my goal in life. This was my goal. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like my nigga, I'm from Flatlands and 106th Street, between Flatlands and Avenue J. You get what I'm saying? That's where I'm from. I moved to 86th Street and Flatlands and Avenue J. I moved behind the park. I lived in Canarsie my entire life. Now you can fit my whole block on my front lawn. You could fit my old block in my backyard, and you can fit my other block on my forest. It's a whole different life. Like you could fit my blocks, not my cribs. My cribs. Hello, this is a joke. You get what I'm saying? I lived in an 1,000 square foot apartment. You get what I'm saying? A couple bedrooms. My nigga, this is ridiculous. You get what I'm saying? My basement can hold 2 of my apartments. It's a whole different game. But my point to me was that was my goal. Nothing else mattered. Where a lot of these niggas, where we go back, where their goal is to acquire these women that never wanted them because they never had them. So then now they're up. They're like, I want to spend. I'll do anything to get this woman. I'll pay. With me, it's not getting the pussy. It's getting the pussy to want me. That's my accomplishment. I've done cool shit. I've had threesomes and foursomes when I was in Canarsie and I was broke, had no car, no nothing. Hello, I've been lit with this shit. Super lit. And not one-time situations. I've been elevated. I've been talking like this is hot. And I will blast girls. So nobody will ever talk to me. I will drop names because they'll still fuck me. I'm lit. Okay? This is just what the fuck it is.
Y'all my niggas.
Yo, bro, you get what I'm saying? When niggas be like, I don't want to violate. I don't even give a shit, my nigga. They'll fuck me tomorrow. This is just what it is. I talk hot. My whole point of all of this is that I am me and I have self-clarity of what it is. My goal was the cribs. A lot of these niggas' goals is, I want this girl, she don't answer me now, wait till I get the bread. I want that girl, wait till I get bread. I want this girl, I wait till I get bread. I'd be like, I want that girl, wait till I can talk to her. I want that girl, wait till I can catch her alone. I'm not.
Versus catching them before the clout and the money.
Because I know how this shit goes. But I had niggas that I've had to understand. That's like, Punch, I don't give a fuck if I get a girl 1,500, 15,000, or 15 minutes. She gonna get something. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, it's all to everybody. You get what I'm saying? There's somebody whose happiness is to put on Louis Vuitton. You get what I'm saying? That's someone's happiness, bro. Niggas want that. I never wanted it. I don't own no European clothes. I don't think it's cool. Every time I want to spend bread on clothes, I get 1-2 Off-White Bape. That's just the shit that I'm in. That's it. Supreme. That's it. It doesn't get different to me because I'm not that guy. And everybody just needs to be themselves. So I'm not in search of identity approval like some of my peers are. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's where I'll pay for pussy, I don't. It's all personal. I'm not mad at it. I know mad women. If y'all want to buy any girls just around me,
they're available.
Please, man. My girls are looking for the business. Okay? Yeah. So if you need it,
BagFuel.
Yeah, if you BagFuel, bag drop, this is an alert. Hello. If you want any of the girls around me, okay, some of them is off the market. You get what I'm saying? But if you want, listen, listen, we're not even going that way. Now, Heineken
I thought you said you name drop.
I crossed over.
I thought you said you name drop.
They told me, they said when the trap comes.
I thought you said you name drop.
You backpedal.
I thought you said you
retreat out of the trap.
Man, listen, I'm out here. It's over.
SO is clapping the floor. You get right. This is what.
We having fun. We've been chopping it up. We talked about sports. We talked about hip hop. We talked about life.
Yeah.
Now we gotta talk some business.
Yeah.
One of your, can I say, inspirations?
I'm listening. Who we talking about?
Hove. HOV.
Oh. Yeah, I think he's like everybody's
inspiration. You know.
I don't even like saying he's my inspiration anymore. I feel like everybody.
There's a lot of dudes. Not for me.
I'm not mad if he is. I'm just saying at one time he was like a New York inspiration. Like New Yorkers held on to Hove. We don't own Hove no more. Pause. The world has Hove now.
Yeah, he's beyond New York.
That's where I was trying to go with it, because at first he was just for us. He was the New York poster child. You see a New York nigga, that's Hove. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now he's for the world now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different. So that's why I asked.
Yeah, no, I think that everybody should. I don't think that authentically, if you're not in your emotion, I don't think that there's a human walking this earth that should not be inspired by what he's done. To just be like, so that's what I'm saying. He said inspirations.
Hell yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, people don't tend to get the credit that they do. So I'm just saying that, just to delve into it a little bit more, not to say like I don't agree. I get it. Trust me, you know what I'm saying? But
one of the credits that people don't give Hov, and he's done it masterfully for years, is the subtle business tactics that people never truly understand. You broke down the tactics with Triller. Title, pardon me.
Title then Triller. I broke that down before.
So now let's talk about this suing Bacardi because of the partnership with Duce, which Jay-Z has the relationship with Duce. Because,
I mean,
people are confused.
All right, the reason why he has to sue them, or the reason why I think he would want to sue them, he saw a breakdown of some money. Some money didn't look right. You know what I'm saying? When that money don't look right, go cash that check. And this is how we going to figure out if this money's right or not. I got a discrepancy. Let's sue them. Let's stop everything. Let's stop the books. You know what I'm saying? And let me see what's right for you. He's really just checking on his money. Mm-hmm. If the money's right, he has enough paper to pay these people, even if he's wrong. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People don't have the money to pay these people to do it. It costs $15,000 to get a forensic accountant. To just talk to him, $15,000 to get a forensic account.
Just for a consultation.
Here to start your job. Here go $15,000, no matter if you find me money or not. Yeah. To these people, this is a drop in the bucket. Yeah. To somebody else, that's a difficult thing to pay. But that's all he's doing. He got lawyers on deck. He got Rock Nation.
I mean, I understand. What's your angle on this, Punch?
I mean, I know what it is. Eso almost hit it exactly on the dot. The reality is that, when you want an audit in the middle of a partnership, sometimes just applying the pressure and going straight lawsuit just speeds the process up.
The beauty of this, right?
That's the reality.
And I'm just keeping it honest.
This is also like rich nigga conversation.
Business 101.
This is business 101. And that's why I wanted to bring it to the table. Because people are seeing this, they look at it as so surface level. They're looking at it as a fan. I've always told the story to Esso how people love hearing the story. Jay-Z came to Def Jam with a bag of money. And he's like, why do these, you see, y'all too, y'all look at y'all. Yeah. And so when I'm hearing, they're like, why is Jay-Z doing this? I'm like, it's deeper than that. It's smoother than that. Oh, is it disloyalty? Is Duce doing this and Duce doing that? You know people love the story than the reality.
Yeah. Duce might not be doing nothing. Duce could actually be paying the right money. And I'm not saying that they are, but they could be. But Hov could think the temperature on the streets and what's being done, he might not agree with what that got going on. He might have somebody on the inside. People are fans of Jay-Z. People leaked. There's a dude that leaked to us one time when I was in the music business just managing a fucking producer. And he said, the Genuine record recouped. It looks on the computer like it didn't, but when you call them, tell them that you know it did. You just can't tell them that you know from me, and it did. And they cut us $158,000 and cut another dude another $30,000 because we just knew we had somebody on the inside to tell us it's monkey business.
Yeah, and and let me also say this. And I'm normally not in the lab thinking what we see is not what it is, but why couldn't it just be marketing dollars? That just says,
to promote Duce?
Attention.
Joe, you spitting.
We need attention. We need attention for the brand right now. And we need the brand to wake up.
But here's the problem with what you're saying. And it's not a problem, right? And Esso's going to hate when I say this. The masses will never fathom the technicality and the sophistication of what y'all breaking down. I'm sorry. We know a rapper that truly believes a nigga put a sock over the microphone, recorded the song, and it became big. He don't believe in the marketing that you and him believe in to get it done. Yeah. People are going to say, this is offensive. You're a conspiracy theorist. What do you mean Jay-Z would fake a lawsuit to bring up the buzz of Duce? Yeah, that could really happen.
I don't even...
that could be a possibility.
No, it's a possibility.
We're just saying possibility.
No, and I want to even give a little bit, even open the door a little bit wider.
Yeah, let's go for it.
It's not even just about Jay-Z faking something. Now watch this, right? I'm going to open this thinking pattern for everybody. Go. Just play along with it. Did you hear Jay-Z say he was suing Bacardi?
No.
Did you hear him say it?
It was a story that was placed strategically or organically.
We've heard that Jay-Z's done this, Jay-Z's done this, he has this kid. We've heard all the stories. Does Jay-Z ever recant anything? or address anything?
No, never.
So out of curiosity, could this not just be
a marketing employee?
Not what we think it is.
Yes.
But what happens is exactly what's happening.
When
your name is that large, you can just say anything else. I have been in management of some of the largest artists ever, especially on a digital aspect. You can just say anything. I have literally sometimes, like, it's when you understand how delicate the internet actually operates, you understand how easy it is to manipulate.
And
it's not difficult at all. Let me tell you what artists do. Okay, here we go. Y'all wanna listen? I see you, artist moment. Verified accounts. Okay, verified accounts. Artists who have verified accounts. I see when you do the sucker shit, and I'm gonna tell you what they do. I didn't prep them, so they're like, "Where's Punch going with
I
this?"
love where this is going.
Verified accounts, they go consistently in Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk, On Site, Baller Alert, Spiritual Word, right? They go there, right? And they comment on every single post. Why do they do that when they're too busy to respond to their very fans? It's because there's more engagement in those comment sections, and celebrities like to just see those likes run up 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 likes on every comment. I've seen celebrities ignore their fans. People saying, "You've changed my life." They ignore their fans and go under Shade Room and be like, "Damn, Kurt from Love and Hip Hop. Damn, Young Jock, you sent money during Zelle," but you're gonna ignore someone that you literally said you shade because they're pieces of shit. And a lot of you verified accounts are people that are pieces of shit and are more intrigued and focused on getting engagement than being good people. And fans who follow along and follow these type of celebrities, y'all need to really take a stance for yourself and be like, yo, stop believing everything you see in the internet. Because as what we see is what's going on, we're aware that this all could, we've never heard Hov say this. But once websites post it, we take it as fact.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at it. But the problem is just that the fans are becoming swayed so quickly and verified account. The internet is just becoming like, who can manipulate and bend the mirrors more?
I think you bring up a great point, and I've said this. I said this when we were speaking with 38 Special and Graph. When a woman spends 11 months posting her ass, then Mother's Day comes, and then she says, "I'm a mother with a son," I flag her account. That's false advertisement. So the same thing what you just said, Punch, with these artists ignoring their fans to go on Shade Room to say, "Hey, you sent that Zelle." All you fans, flag their account. Yeah. Flag them.
Yeah.
Esso's like, "I'm about peace and love." He's not involved in this conversation.
No, I'm about peace and love.
Thank you. He's the good guy. But we on that page.
There's so many ways that this thing can be swayed. I totally understand.
And you've said that about the fans and artists being pieces of shits to their fans.
Yeah,
too.
they are. So, that's why that made me not want to even be in the music business no more.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be in the music business so bad. People don't understand it. When I was doing this shit, there was no internet. There was straight. It was a different style of
industry and everything.
I wanted this is all I wanted. You couldn't get in parties. You couldn't get
it was exclusive.
It was exclusive, okay?
100%.
All right. So I just have a different view on how all of these different things occur.
Standard.
But I totally agree with Punch saying that people can say one thing now and they get misconstrued. They was always doing it.
Yeah.
We just didn't have the information, social media highway. Back then they were called magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was always ways to get the false stuff out, and I always say it's entertainment. So even if the Duce say it is the run up to Duce chart, it would whoever came up with that marketing scheme should get a fucking raise, because I didn't even look at it that way and say, yo, and I was the one that when they was talking about Hov with the football stuff, and I would be like, why is everybody saying this? When they say, well, Rock Nation's gonna jump in, I was always the one saying, why is everybody always saying Rock Nation's gonna? Nobody's saying that. Why is everybody assuming that?
Yeah.
And for me to fall victim to say, did you hear Hov say that? or was it just a write-up? Now I can see how other people could get caught up in it because now I'm spreading something that I saw and didn't hear myself.
Yeah, I think that that's just the reality of it. It's the reality of how complex the game is. You get me? I am at a point where, sadly enough, I've lost all the child aspect of this game. There's no more fun to me because I just think that everything is a lie. I literally think everything I hear is a lie. Yo, I went to the studio and it just felt good, and I made this record. I'd be like,
he lying. I'd be saying the same thing. I'd be like, that's
oh my God, I called this artist and I looked up to them. They're lying. I've seen too many big artists be shitty human beings.
You know what was one of my favorite lies, part of me? Well, one of my favorite illusions when people would meet 50 and say, yo, I just had an incredible 3-hour conversation with him. And if you know, we'd all laugh. Because
Yeah.
Because we'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, all you got to do is get him on a good day and he'll just go off.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And then on that same exact day, he'll literally 50 is usually 50 is really, 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 really the definition of hot and cold. So you're either getting word and he's walking totally away from you and not entertaining nothing, or he'll go all out like you're his brother from another, and he'll just talk to you for hours.
Why do you think that is?
I think getting shot still.
Why do you think that is?
I think 50 enjoys. I think 50 enjoys being a human sometimes, and people don't allow him to do it. Like with 50, when I was up there, 50 used to love talking to me with facts because 50 knew that I had facts. So he knew that that's the kind of dialogue he wants to have with me. You get me? And then I saw the conversations change a bit more when he started telling me way more street shit when it'd be like, yo, I just got off the phone with Bobby, or Rowdy just called me, or yo, man, what's up with them niggas, man? Yo, man, let me tell you about this nigga, man. And then he'll just go off. And it's like, whatever the topic at hand, 50's experienced so much in this world that he can entertain it. But I think 50 misses at times being a human because everybody treats him like 50 Cent all the time. And sometimes he just want to be, and not saying I knew him at that point, but he just want to be boo-boo from the block sometimes and bullshit and shit like that.
I was about to say it's interesting for me to say somebody I grew up with him to hear how everybody, like, because he's a totally different person to all of y'all. Like, even when people call him 5 and all that, like, it's still hard. It's still hard for me. I've mastered calling him 50. You know, I've never called him Boo Boo. I've never called him none of that. I only called him Kurt. That's what I know him by. You know what I'm saying? I was Randy, bunking Kareem, and we knew Kurt, and Kurt was, you know, he boxed. And niggas, like, he wasn't playing around. He was bullying niggas, but he was always funny.
Yeah,
that's the thing about him, like that carried over that I've personally seen from being a kid to who he is now. He's mastered still being funny.
Yeah,
even on camera, that's who I see him as. But it's always intriguing because I haven't been around him in 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But y'all have. So it's like, yo, it's really different. Because I listen to him, I know him as Kurt, but y'all tell me about 50.
Yeah,
I mean, it depends too. Sometimes he likes seeing niggas around him that don't care. Like, he would see me just lay on the couch eating pizza, not caring that he's there, and he'd be like, "What you doing here, nigga?" I'm like, "Yo, it's traffic is running around," and he'd be like, "Yeah, cut that pizza shit out though." You know, like that human shit you said. Because everybody sees him, he would look, and then everybody would freeze. That'll be the first thing. Oh, shit, it's Fifth. And then they'll run up to him. Can I get a picture? They'll run, try to crack through the glass doors. I'm like, yo, chill. And I would always say, let him talk to you first. And they just can't help themselves. They'll fumble the ball every time.
People can't let him talk to you first. Do you understand? I'm going to tell you what I told AZ at a basketball game, all right? Hey. You ain't gonna be able to talk to these people thinking that they're never gonna see you ever again. Y'all are the chosen few. Y'all are the 1%ers that this is regular smuggler shit. Yeah. This is what we do. This is what I was born to do. I'm this life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That is 50 Cent, and I fuck with you 50, but I'm not taking no picture. I see you all the time. I'm a part of This Is 50. Yeah. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. We're good, but these other people,
the desperation,
these other people, it's hard for people to think that they're gonna lose their opportunity.
No, 100%.
Something.
That's. I get why Heineken. I don't really. I tell people a little bit different. You get what I'm saying? I'll be like, straight up and down, you don't know which version you're going to get.
Yeah, I agree
so
with that.
I always tell people, like, you know, if you're going double Dutch, you got to know when to go. You got to, ready.
I always if he look at you if he look at you like he's ready to talk, then you be like,
yeah, you go for it.
It's go time. I had to learn how to go. It took mad long, and then there was a point where 50 fucked with me OD. Because I would see him, then I'd see him in the club, then he'd see me DJing, then he'd see me in the studio. Like, it was a lot. It was a big relationship for me to go, I fuck with you. And it was more, and then everybody be like, yo, you know 50 really likes you. Like, not regular. You know 50 really respects you. And I just be like, word. Then I start to see who he invites in the office, who he comes out with. I just started to just see that he was fucking with me more. But 50, on that aspect, he's similar to how a lot of people are in the culture, where it's like the more value you present, the more valuable more that I want to be around you.
Yeah.
Because at least you got something going on.
It's called the music business.
It's even life. It's life too. It's like, oh, you got more value. You have something else to say.
But people that don't understand that and they think that, oh, well, why you got to fuck with me because of value? Because who doesn't want you want to fuck with me because I'm bringing you value, correct?
Yeah.
And you want me to make moves for you because I can get punched to move for you. I can get behind the move from you. I'm bringing value, correct?
Yeah.
I need you to do the same for me.
Yeah, I think people don't just be ready for that. And the reality is because most people don't possess value. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And so they become frustrated when, so I'm only defined by my value.
Yes.
And the only person that feels that way is the person who doesn't present value.
Yeah.
If you literally said, Punch, you're only valuable by as much value and impact you've had on the culture, I'd be like, all right, cool. I'm still be on that list, man.
I'm on that list.
I've done a lot of things. I put a lot of numbers on that board.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So that's just how it goes.
It's a confidence thing. It's a knowing thing. It's an experience thing. You know
determination too, manifesting.
Yeah.
We're like, he and I, we manifested a lot of shit before everything else. I'd be like, yeah, we're going to have the porn chicks and Angelique's going to come and meet us and sit. And people are like, but there's no way you're going to figure it out. I'm like, it's going to be done. And it was hook by crook until I met you. And you're like, no, let's have a little bit more structure.
I don't do hook by crook.
Yeah.
I do a lot of structure. I try to structure as much as I can. I think that it's worked for us.
I mean, a lot of shit when it came down with me and the interview shit and just kind of stepping into it, you know, I mean, Heineken was just be like, yo, you could just come up there and just be who you are. And I didn't really understand it, but I'm never a nigga that's nervous. So if someone's like, all right, this is the play, then it becomes the play. Then when I understood the play, I said, all right, cool, I could really cook this and put the turbo on. And that's basically it. It just kind of happened like that. It wasn't no grand scheme. And there was a lot of different moving pieces that kind of worked in my favor up there. So there's definitely a level of manifestation and the universe being like, nah, you're good up here. Me knowing some of the people at G-Unit from when they were interns. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? When they were interns around Interscope, and I was around Interscope because Enough used to have me as a little kid and letting me run through the offices. That's what I'm saying. I came up under Enough. So I'd be underage, and Enough will be bringing me into the clubs and getting me into the clubs, and I'm just get to chill. And because I wasn't feeding a drink and feeding the smoke, it was just like, yo, my young boy was literally just chilling.
He's good.
You get what I'm saying? So I just used to be there and sponge and be like, oh shit, look at you, Enough. I used to be in Hot 97 with Flex, with Angie, with Drewski.
You were surrounding yourself with greatness.
I didn't even know how great it was because I was still sponging. I was from so early in the game. 100%.
But it carries over. We talked about that. It seemed like the people that make it at some point in time, you were surrounded by greatness. You might not have known it. You might not have known it. You might have known it.
Yeah.
But that experience of being surrounded by greatness is actually what has catapulted people. That has given them knowledge. You became a sponge.
Yeah.
You know about the business. You know how to move, how to put things together, because you've seen them do it in real time. Everybody know that DJ Enough is a DJ, but he's a businessman
100%.
too, and he's well liked by many people.
Yeah.
I think the main thing about this is executing your opportunity. Some people, take advantage of the opportunity, but to be able to say, this is an opportunity, I'm going to execute it. It's like, hey, they just put me on the court or they put me on the football field. Like Tom Brady. When Drew Brees got knocked out and he came in, Drew Brees was never the quarterback of the Patriots except for one game.
Yeah.
So he executed his opportunity, and that's really the big play on that.
Yeah.
When you're put in that position, them lights is on you, go hammer banana, yo.
Yeah. I mean, I leave him with this. I always tell him straight up and down. Never let your ego be the reason to slow down your progress. And that's just it. There's some people that will literally stay in that crib, not make that phone call, not send that message.
That ego is an MF.
And that's it.
And Heineken, I'm leaving it this. Heineken always, I tell him every day, I said, the more popular we get, I said, the only thing that I encourage people to do is check their ego at the door. I can tell you, when I was young, my ego got out of this world making that money at 25 and traveling
100%.
and doing what I was doing, and I had to learn the hard way. So I'm just trying to tell people so they don't make the same mistakes that I did.
100%, yeah, man.